Hello everybody, it's me, GhostCritic. No, really it is, but I'm hiding behind the camera this week. Yes, you don't get to see my ugly mug because I just thought, let's have a nice real close-up at some amazing comic book covers that were in my stack this week. Yes, it's Thursday, Friday morning. It's a comic book review show. And we start off with the first of 6. It is issue 12 of Batman, The Dark Knight, and this is getting better. Let's be honest, it's getting a lot better. Let's just focus that's better. This is basically a kind of origin and the life of expanding more on this new Scarecrow from our new 52. And along the way, it's kind of a comparison with Bruce and Batman, how close their lives kind of were, but how obviously at a point in their lives, or one went the way of killing people and becoming a criminal, fear, toxin maniac, and Bruce became Batman. But what makes me laugh about, I mean, just Batman in general in this universe, how easy it is to catch Batman. It's just how many times in all of the Bat universe storylines so far has the Batman been caught? Quite a few, I'll tell you now. Well, there's no big cliffhanger at the end of this. It still was a very good comic to read, and David Finch on art, lovely, making this Scarecrow incredibly scary looking and truly deserves to terrify all the little kiddies. The Punisher, issue 14, and Frank and Rachel bring the fight right to the Exchange's door. Yes, they've had enough, and they're going to take down the two heads of the Exchange. And we find out that it's not just Doc Ock's arm that the Punisher has been collecting as of last issue, when he went on board the cruise liner for the auction. That kind of went, well, it sank. Yeah, he's got an Iron Man helmet, he's got Cyclops' visor, he's got Spider-Man's webbing wristband things, and yes, well, he obviously needs all these to take down and to use against the Exchange. It's interesting, the Exchange know that what's coming is a trap of sorts, and so because they think they know it's a trap, they're all a very bit cocky. Of course, Punisher and Rachel, they're all business, and a fight ensues. Surian's artwork on here, well, he's no Chicheto, but still the action is there. I can't wait to have Chicheto back, but still, Punisher is always one of my favourite titles. It's not far down the list because it's a bad comic. They've all been good this week. Just some have been better and gooder than others. Moving on to the amazing Spider-Man issue 692, and this is the big thick one. The 50-year celebration with lots of artists, lots of writers, and we start off with our Alpha storyline, this sidekick that Spider-Man is meant to be getting. And when you read this, the comparisons of Spider-Man's origin and the comparisons of our new sidekick Alpha are obvious, and I think Slott is making them obvious so Spidey can at least identify with him in some respects. Because yes, we've got this kid who is a nerd, he's ignored, he has no friends, and then you've got the jocks, the pretty girls, and obviously the girl that the nerd likes but she has no idea, and then there's the lab accident that turns him into this Alpha character. And what the comparisons pretty much stopped then, because obviously a character created in the 60s as a child, different kind of outlooks at the world and responsibilities, but now we're in the 21st century. So what does a 21st century kid do once he gets alpha level powers? Well, he wants to go out and do alpha level stuff, and he certainly does it in this issue. There are a couple of up stories in this, hence the hefty price tag on this of $5.99. But we have Spider-Man for a Night. Remember that issue way back when Spider-Man decided to kick in with Spider-Man, get rid of it for the first time, quit it, and he left his costume in an old trash can. Well, apparently someone picked that up and decided to be Spider-Man for a night of sorts. It was a cute story, but the ending was pretty obvious. And then right at the end, we have a story called Just Right. How many times have we heard this story? Spider-Man, Peter Parker, nothing ever goes right for him, and then he meets a kid, and the kid kind of shows him that, you know, being Spider-Man ain't too bad. It was actually a very entertaining comic. I mean, what is it about Ramos that just ignites a page and makes it so much more exciting for the reader to look at? It just came alive with this issue. It might have been quite a pedestrian kind of origin story of Alpha and the comparisons with Spidey, but it was still entertaining and enjoying, and that was by no small part from Ramos's just great artwork. Moving on, we have Justice League Dark issue 12, and we found out the Mist was the traitor of the team, but at the start of this we found out why, and of course it was for love. For love, but you just know by the end of this story arc that he's going to get well and truly screwed over by the bad guys. So yes, Faust now has the box and the map, and we find out he's actually working for someone else, and it is another shadowy figure in the background. And they've all made a deal between themselves to split up the books of magic, while Dr. Mist gets the Book of Death, Felix Faust gets the Book of Chaos, and our mysterious figure gets the other two. So this leads to our team splitting up, and also leads to what looks like some epic battles to come with Black Friarthorn and a Black Boris. Other little snippets in here. We've had our House of Mystery. What cannot be far behind? Our House of Secrets, and someone wants it. A great comic. Jeff Lemire is doing such a good job in revitalising, making this title energetic and exciting to read. I love it. And Mikael Janen's artwork, he's playing around a la kind of Swamp Thing, and Animal Man and kind of Batwoman, the use of different framings and panelling, and it just makes it a really interesting title to read. If you're not picking up Justice League Dark, I'd grab anything you can. Just grab it. Penultimate issue, almost made pick of the week. It's the Unwritten, and it's issue 40. We have the conclusion to our 4-issue storyline, The Wound. And what this has been leading all up to is Tommy in Australia. He's been doing this tour, and it's the night of his appearance at this big concert hall, and of course this is the moment for the Church of Tommy to make their move. And basically, what have we got? We've got Tommy, we've got the Church of Tommy, we've got a bomb, we've got a miracle, and someone's girlfriend has a pretty urgent message. It was just such a good storyline. You've got the magical element in there with the unicorns, and Tommy playing with the book and the power of the word within the book. It was just excitement, it was energetic, it was kinetic. It was just a great title. I've loved this book from the very start, and I'm so glad to hear so many more of you out there are picking this up, because it needs to be read. It's a great mature read, in the sense that, you know, they use a few swear words now and again, but there's no kind of sex in here. You know, you're not going down the saga route here, so you're not to worry. It's mature in the sense that it makes you think about what you're reading, rather than it superhero kind of bland, what's on the page is what's on the page deal. Great issue. So if I thought that was great and it only just missed out, what could be my pick of the week? Well, Fables issue 120, and just the cover to begin with is just fantastic. The covers of Fables is always a joy to behold, but this just stood out from my stack straight away. This beautiful kind of stained glass-esque portrait of one of our cubs in Toyland. It's Darian, and this story is basically all about Darian, with a brief moment from the toys and Teresa, who are being ultra creepy, ultra unnerving. I'm really scared about where that is all going to culminate, because yes, we do have Darian trying to form a plan to rescue Teresa, not knowing what's happened to the tiger and to Teresa herself. And it's just the unnerving quality of Willingham's writing throughout this book that just had me seriously on the edge of my seat. This storyline started off it worried me a lot, and I was like, this isn't going anywhere, and I'm worried. And then, like I said, a few issues back, it just hit you, and it's hit you in the stomach from then on. You just feel for Darian so much in this issue, for what he has to try and go through, because what this book really is all about is the loss of childhood innocence, where you've got to start growing up, you've got to start taking responsibility for your life, and just basically not giving up despite whatever or whoever throws whatever at you. So it was just, you were willing Darian all the way in this book, just like, oh please, just survive that one step further, that one step further, just do it, remember about Teresa, save her. And then you got to that end page and your heart breaks, and you think, you hope this isn't the end, but you just wonder, because Willingham can do this to you. He has you on the edge thinking, has he really done what he's done, or are we going to see a return? Loved this book. Just go out and pick up, when this comes out in trade, read it as a whole and then start picking up Fables, because it's never going to end. Willingham, you dare stop this comic, you dare cancel it. The best Vertigo title, always on the top of my pile whenever it's on a pile. It's brilliant. Pick of the week. And with that, it's done. Crikey, 15 minutes. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe up the top. Go check out some of my other videos. You might see my face in that. Give it a big thumbs up if you liked it. And put some comments down below. Tell me what you thought about my stack this week. Anything you picked up that I didn't, that you thought I should maybe have a look at. Until next week, guys, have a good weekend and good comic book reading.